Hi guys, welcome in. Today I am going to be making a paper mache bowl. So this one is going to get very messy, and I'll be honest, I made a ATC. Hello. I made a quick one yesterday, as you can see here. I think. I'm not sure if the camera's working now. I think it's broken again. Oh, wonderful. Hi guys. I don't know what is wrong with this camera, but this is the second time now. As soon as I go live, it breaks. It stops working completely. Hang on. Let me get that one. Let's have a look. See. Oh, clonk. There goes the chair. Right. See the table and stuff on it? Yeah. I was waving my hand in front of the camera, which is a usual indication that it's not actually working because it wasn't displaying anything. Is it displaying now? No. Right. How about now? No. Okay. One moment. I'll have to put it back in again. It does not like this camera for some reason, so shouldn't be too hard to. Welcome to live overlay editing. Yeah. Right. It's so professional, isn't it? Absolute professionalism right here. I'll swear to you, that it was working up until the point I went live. Video capture, put that one in. Add new device. That one. Is that working now? Yes, it's working now. Hooray! Okay, so apparently there is two things that Streamlabs does not like. One is Assassin's Creed, and the other is this camera, which is typical. So far they're the only things I've been using. Right. Hi Duncan, hi TC, hi Jay, hi Calhome. Okay. So, now that I've got that ready, I can start now. So I'm currently using an old soap dish, and you can tell it's an old soap dish because there is actually still some soap in there. It looks a bit weird and shiny because, oh, there you go, put it under the camera. I've actually covered it in cellophane for the moment, just so that the glue and stuff doesn't stick to it. Show us the thing again. Yeah, that thing right there. There you go. Thanks for the hosts, guys. So yeah, you can also use cling film, or if you've got something like basically anything with a really shiny surface, generally the glue doesn't stick to, but because this is a bit it's like weird plastic, it's sort of like I don't know what's the word for it, it's not speckly, but you know, anyway, it's so I was worried that the glue might stick to it. So we've got some paper here, and I do have some more down there. Right, I can show you this now. I'll show you this one. It's not very good. I basically made this yesterday, like just after. you know, Jay. I'll be honest. They've sort of gone down in my books You know, they're not quite as good as they used to be. And to be fair, I'm still reeling over the fact that they never sent me out my badge, even though I applied for it. And that was about 20 years ago now, so not bitter at all. But to be fair, they were one of the reasons why I'm so into crafting. One of these years I will make their Tracy Island out of paper mache. They had this massive one and I was obsessed with Thunderbirds at the time, and I've always wanted to do that. Yeah, the days of homemade Tracy Island. Yes, I would agree with that. Jay. Connie Hook was the best presenter. And Matt. And Meg, of course. The Jolly Robin. But yeah, so I am going to get started. Actually, one thing to remember, if you're doing anything that involves covered in glue, remove jewellery. Always remove the jewellery. Because I didn't do that yesterday and I got covered in glue. Hi! Will! It's a Will raid! How's it going, guys? I mean, I asked this like I haven't actually seen you like 10 minutes ago. Just reach into my bag for paper. Put some more on there because I didn't put enough out. Right. Oh. Thank you for the follow. Just realised I'm looking at the screen. I can hear the noises. I wasn't looking at the screen to see who followed. I do apologise. I think the first one was actually a raid. Yes. See, my bot down there does thank you for following. So if I don't see you, it's because I'm a bit dim and I'm not sure where I'm looking. Hey, Mer Dragon. I'm good, thank you. How are you? I'm very well. I am going to get started while I'm yakking away. Alright, so this is actually just a bit of the classic PVA glue, lots of water, and now just going to, a good tip is always to, it gets a bit messy, but it's always best to try and scrape off as much of the glue as possible. Like, you just want it sort of dipped in the glue, you don't want the glue all over it, because otherwise it sort of leaks down the sides and you waste a lot of glue and it goes rather sloppy. Should there be desktop audio? There should be. Is there not? That is a good question, TC, and I'm glad you caught that because I probably wouldn't have noticed. I'll be honest, if there isn't, I'm not sure how to fix that. Yeah, it should be coming out. I know, I'm getting all sticky now. You're saying about the alert noises. Yeah, there should be alert noises. I think it all went wrong when the camera broke, I'll be honest. But that's fine because I've not got any music on or anything, so you guys, as long as you guys can see the alerts, then I think I'll save that for when I'm not covering the computer in glue. Yeah, as long as you can hear the microphone, then that's all I've got at the moment. So I will try my best to keep an eye on the chat. play with white stuff. Oh dear. I know. To be fair, I did set myself up for some serious smut because I did say that I was going to be getting sticky and it was going to be a very messy stream. And I tried to make it as vague as possible for that exact reason. Because I know what you guys are like and I know you like your smut, so... right, it's trying to find the best place to lay these. So I'll be honest, the first one was a bit rushed, so I didn't actually want it to be too thick because I knew it wasn't going to dry quick enough, and because when this one's drying, if this doesn't take me too long, then I'm going to start painting the other one a bit, just so you can see it looks a bit nicer. Sort of gets us a bit more of a stream. She'll soundtrack you with Skyrim atmospheres. Ultimate chill. That sounds good. Especially as you were telling me earlier, Jay, that you didn't actually fall asleep till like 7 this morning. So I think super chill is probably what you need right now. So how are you guys doing today? You all good? Has it not been too bad? I myself was at the dentist, which is why I had to move the stream back a couple of hours. I did actually forget, literally until yesterday, that that's where I was. So that was a bit unfortunate. Sorry about moaning like it. That's okay, Immortal. Cloud. I'm not sure which one you prefer, but yeah, that's fine. I do also have a alert command, which I think does work currently. It did when I put it in. And also, if you type !commands, no spaces, it will give you a list of the commands that I currently have. Again, if it's working. And it was. That's one thing I haven't actually tested yet, though. There we go. I do encourage someone to use the ! Team Love, and you'll see why if you do it. Hey lad, how's it going? You good? Yeah, that took me a little while to write up. And lad appears to be here just in time so that he can see it too. Yeah, you guys can see what I'm doing. I'll be honest, I haven't done this properly in quite a while. So I'm going to try and release this one on Friday. I'll try and get back to the crafting stream on Friday to see how this one works, and then we can paint it up. So if this all goes horribly wrong, I may have to improvise on Friday and perhaps just do some more sewing or something. Be honest, up until now I didn't realise Crafty was a girl. That's fine, oh joy. To be fair, when I first started going over to Steve's streams, which I have a feeling that's where you're from originally, isn't it, Ojoy? He did quite often refer to me as a guy because he wasn't aware that I was either. And it took me several months to explain to all the random people that I consequently met because of Steve that I in fact was a woman. Some of them were very shocked, and it was quite funny. But yes, people do quite often mistake me for being a guy. Even people that have met me in person, which is slightly upsetting. Not getting sticky on Friday. I might do well. I might consider it. But I will be painting. If it all goes all right, I will be painting our little sticky project here on Friday. So, and while I can't pick them up right now because I'm covered in glue, I do have all the paint sitting next to me, and hopefully, like I say, if I get this to a point where I think it looks good enough to, if it's got enough layers and everything, I will paint the little one that I did yesterday. So you guys will get to pick out some colours. username gives it away. It can be tricky. Yeah, that is true. It's still live for the project itself. It will be the project, Will. Yeah. I think it might be against Twitch's terms of service to paint any kind of, you know, still life portraits and things like that. Assuming you're meaning the ones where, you know, you get someone in the classroom that just strips off and then you paint them, which is, I've always found a bit weird. Is that JWC blue paint there? No, it is actually, hang on. It is actually a metallic blue. It's quite dark. It says it's ice blue, but it's actually, I would say it's more of a metallic royal blue. So I'm not quite sure where they got their colour ideas from. But I can make a JWC blue. I could do that easily. that is true, hon. Still life is usually fruit in a box, yeah. You can tell that I've never taken an art class in my life. I don't even know that. I'll be honest, I don't think we actually have any fruit in the house. Yeah. Still alive. The project. Fair enough. Well, with you guys, I can never be sure, so, you know. Don't blame me for assuming you meant something smutty. I mean, I suppose I could paint a portrait. Well, actually, I do have some pastels that I've still not used properly. So I suppose I could I could make a pastel drawing of it. Paint nudes on live on Pornhub. I'll be honest, with my level of painting skills, I don't think even what I paint could be considered porn, because I'm not sure you could interpret it as a human or anything naked. Like the most I could do was a slightly raunchy stick man. Oh, please no one clip that. Slightly raunchy stick man is probably the dodgiest thing to take out of context. I'm not 100% filthy, you know, I'm actually quite normal. I'm sure, Will. I'm sure there's far less smut to you than I believe that there is. I've got you all wrong. Stick man for his rigidness. Oh dear. Stickmen don't have kinks, just angles. I suppose you might have a point there. Yeah. Do they even have angles though? I'll be honest. Do they have angles? Because they really are just sticks. We don't angle shame. Ah, you guys. Alright. So this is I think this is going well so far. It's not all disintegrated. I may have to get some more glue. But this is looking like a reasonable little tray. No shame in drawing an angle. Don't be so oh god. Well done, Jay. Well done. You see, I like this. I like just being able to sort of do something slightly weird, and hang out with you guys and just have a chat. Pretty much like we usually do, anyway. Except I wouldn't really be able to do this if we were chatting in Discord, because I wouldn't be able to type. Tell you what, I'm likewise. Yeah, it's nice. That's what I like about it. I would have very, very sticky keys, yes. I don't think the laptop would appreciate that at all. I do abuse it quite a bit, considering that I bought it purely for making Word documents, and I've so far made it into my main PC gaming computer thing, and I'm now streaming through it, and somehow I can hear the fan going and it's barely making any noise whatsoever. Somehow it seems to handle everything I throw at it, which is the opposite of the desktop, which just tries to throw itself. It doesn't like anything. Crafting is fun. You're right, TC. I love crafting. It's just, there's something about, just making something with your hands, and sort of being able to sit there and see the results. Like with your cross stitch and stuff, it's just, it feels nice to be able to see an immediate kind of just seeing sort of the immediate effects of what you're doing. Sort of watching it turn into something really nice looking, especially with your cross stitches. Creating a thing out of nothing. Yeah, exactly. It is like magic. No, I'm hoping at some point to raise enough funds I can get some cross stitching stuff and make that massive picture of Stardew Shane, because that would be awesome. That would be quite a nice series of streams, I think. Just sort of plug away at that slowly. And the little one of him holding the chicken, because that is adorable. Still need to order a tumble threads. Oh, yes I do. You have got enough for tomorrow though, haven't you? It's Thursday tomorrow. It means crafting time with TC. Watching his grumpy face materialise. I know. Watching his grumpy little face just appearing out of lovely thread, and just that look of disdain and utter disgust that you've even bothered to create him. It's all worth it. Yeah, I'm not sure I have right colours or any more evolutions. Yeah. Do you have any plans for what you're going to make? If you want to keep it as a surprise, then don't feel like you have to tell everyone right now, but are there any more in there besides the eggplant, of course, because I know that you were looking at that. Any more that you've been looking at making? I have to find a plan B for tomorrow. Oh no. Oh, what's TC going to come up with? Today's kind of the only day you realise it was Thursday tomorrow. Yeah, I've kind of been struggling, like, remembering which day of the week it is. Yeah, the eggplant, of course. You can make a giant eggplant, I suppose. Just make a massive one. You know, the one thing that I did pick up that I've forgotten. Hey Tim, how's it going? The one thing that I specifically found yesterday and forgot to put on the desk was a little sponge, and I'll be back in a sec. What would I do with a giant eggplant? That is a good question. Hang on. I tried to walk away and the microphone's actually clipped to me, so that's not going to work. 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. So I've got a little sponge here, because the one thing you want to make sure with this is that it's all stuck down, and I did notice that yesterday with the one that I rushed, that some of it had little air pockets. For anyone that is interested in watching this back and making it, I will be making all of my craft streams as highlights. I've done it with the sewing one that I did yesterday, and I will do it with this one once the stream ends. So I believe the highlights, they stay on Twitch forever, essentially. So if anyone is ever interested in any of the crafts that I've done, they can watch them back. I'll be honest, I don't think they would be, because I am not a professional crafter in any sense of the word, but it might be amusing. But yeah, this little sponge, I got them in a pack of just makeup sponges I bought in Primark, and I don't often wear makeup, so I actually end up using them for crafts because they're really good. When I do the glass painting one, I am going to do a glass painting stream at some point soon. That might be for next Wednesday, actually. You will see me using them quite frequently because they're really good. And I do have a glass painting technique which is actually quite effective. Makeup sponges are super handy, and I think I got I got these ones into like little triangular things, and then little flat ones that you usually use for foundation, but I think it was like a pack of 20 for £1 or something, so it really wasn't that much. And you know, depending on how you use them, you can use them several times over, so they really are worth it. Even for you guys, you know, if you do want to go crafting, just pick up some makeup sponges, because you know you can get them for so cheap. There's really no point in buying the craft ones, because they're probably more expensive and they're not as effective, and the tape on my laptop has just fallen off. Eyeshadow sticks are great too. Yeah, they're good, especially if you're trying to apply glue to smaller areas, like in between something. I have so many craft ideas at the moment, and I'm blaming Duncanland for that, because we were talking about it the other day, and I ended up, after we talked, going and looking up all these crafting ideas, and then I was like, I want to do all of these crafts now. Will I be uploading them to YouTube too? I might do that. I am considering actually putting the Assassin's Creed playthroughs back on YouTube rather than streaming them. So I could actually upload the crafting ones on there too. So that might be a good idea. I have to buy nail buffing sponges for my sticky cubes. I do get some looks. Use them to make the puffs. Have a collection of sticks of all different colours dried onto them. Yeah, that is the only issue with paint, is if you don't get it off when it's wet, it just stays. I did actually have some unfortunate incident with sorry, I'm just gonna try and scoot over gently to grab some more glue. I cannot. Just 1 second. Apologies if me taking the microphone off is really loud for you guys. But yeah, I did have a incident with some fortunately rather cheap paintbrushes and some glass paint. For some reason, I still haven't been able to find anything, which is mostly why I've been using sponges, because they feel more disposable, really. I haven't been able to find any paintbrushes or any kind of remover that means that the glass paint doesn't immediately stick to the brushes and then refuse to come off. And I tried something that my dad recommended. I think it was like a toilet cleaner or something ridiculous. I can't remember what it was, but in the attempts to get the paint off of the paintbrushes, it instead dissolved the bristles of the paintbrushes instead. And the worst thing was that the paint was still stuck to the bristles, but the bristles weren't stuck to the brush, so I had to throw them away. They were basically just sticks left, and that was slightly distressing. So it was quite amusing, because I'd literally tried everything up until this point to get the glue, to get the paint off, and like I say, the bristles came off, but the paint did not. So it was determined to stick on there. So if you guys do ever buy glass paint and attempt to paint glass, for the love of God, make sure you use paintbrushes that you do not want, because you will never get them back. Yeah, paint that sticks to brushes is very annoying. And similar to this, really, because even PVA, which is water soluble, you know, once that's stuck, it's stuck. I do actually have this paintbrush, which I did actually use for glass painting. You can still see, if you see that purple stuff, that is the glass paint. Last time I actually did glass painting was about 3 years ago. So you can see that stuff doesn't come off. But yeah, I now use that as my glue brush, so it doesn't really matter if it gets a bit destroyed, because I don't use it for anything else. I'm just gonna pick this up a little. It's still quite thin. Oh, and it is covered in glue on the on the bottom now. Oops. Total professionalism. So, have you guys got anything planned for your evenings? Are you doing anything nice? Or just chilling? Maybe playing some games? Oh, nice. Chilling ahead of MDM. No, Joy is fairly chill. Jay is F-22 Interceptor the plane flight game thing that you were gonna do the other day? I'm going purely on the letter / numbers there. I don't know much about these games, I'll be honest. Will is cooking and Tim is having coffee. It is. Oh, excellent. Always chill. Yeah, always chill is a good thing. I think it's better to be too chill than work than badminton. Oh, nice car home. That's very nice. Good. What? Is that Timber and you is raiding with a party of 25? Oh my god. Hi. Jesus. I'm so sorry. It's a bit of a surprise. I think this is like my third stream, so I do apologise. Hi everyone. Hi Timber and you. Hi Erzing, Clean, Biska. Oh, I think I know where you guys have come from. I recognise some of those names. Yesterday it was proto woodworking, today it was post woodworking. Oh, lovely. I do love a bit of woodworking. Clean cut woodworking. Hi guys. How are you all doing today? I hope it's been well. I trust if you're raiding me, then you were streaming, and then it's going well. Hi Unicorn Sun, is that? I'm sorry. It's a bit difficult for me to read. I'm a little bit blind. But yeah, so you guys all good today? Been good with the woodworking and whatnot, I hope. You have caught me in the middle of making a paper mache bowl thing. I'm sort of going with the rustic sort of jewellery bowl theme. Hey Lisa! It was great, thanks. So what do you do with these bowls? Do you paint them? I'll be honest, this is actually, well, technically it's the second one. I made one yesterday as a little example so people could see what I'm doing. I will be painting them though, but it's mostly trying to think of something quick that I could do with very few resources kind of craft. But I'm hoping that if I sort of get enough practice in that I can start painting them and maybe selling them on, which would be nice. These guys know this theme with the reading, that's all. Yeah, so with all of these new people in the chat and everything, what crafts do you guys do mostly? Are there any particular that you do? Do you just watch craft? I wonder if you can make paper mache waterproof somehow. Oh, thank you for the follow, Unicorn Sam, and Timber and you. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jay. I think I'm sure there must be a way to make paper mache waterproof. I mean, it is to a point, I suppose, but then again, PVA is water soluble, so I would assume that would make it not waterproof. But I'm sure that there probably is some kind of way that you could make it that would make it waterproof, or some kind of varnish that you could add to it afterwards. Clock and watch making. Wow, Erzing, that's amazing. Minecraft. Enjoy. Well, I guess technically that is crafting. Not seen anyone paper mashing here before, so I thought it'd be cool to watch. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Colleen, for the follow. Yeah, I thought I'd just try something a bit different. It's simple enough that I can not concentrate too much on it while I chat to you guys, which is nice because now there's a lot of you here, so that really worked out well for me. Do crochet and knitting with few miscellaneous fibre things thrown in. Oh, that's really nice, Colleen. My sister crochets, and what she does is incredible. She made her friend's little baby a little crochet blanket, and I've watched her do it, and honestly, I sit there in awe. It's like magic. I don't understand like how you get the wool from one needle to another and it makes things, because when I do it, it just sits there not actually doing anything. I've never wrapped my head around it. Unicorn San, I make cards, flower arranging and other crafts like cross stitch, knitting and more. Well, we do have a very big fan of cross stitching in here. TC loves games, so if you would like to make if you'd like to watch her making Stardew themed cross stitch or other things like that, go give her a follow. As for cards and flower making, love both of those. That would be great to do. But yeah, so oh joy, I can't even thread a needle. Yeah, needles, to be fair, can be very tricky and very, very stubborn. Oh, that's okay, TC. You're more than welcome. You guys have been helping me, so it's the least I can do. Yarn goes into 2 wands, turns socks and scarf magic. Exactly, Erzing. That's really that's really as far as it goes for me. It's like I see this happening and I don't understand how, but it's amazing. Yeah, I'm actually making a patchwork blanket, so it's not quite as magic as making the wool into socks and whatnot, but that's as close to what I get with, you know, a needles and some kind of cotton or, you know, something. My grandmother knows the Eldritch art and she makes all of my woolly socks. Oh, that's lovely. Nice lovely pair of woolly socks. Can't say fairer than that. Shouldn't be trusted with anything pointy. Yeah, I'll be honest. Oh joy, my mother is quite similar in that respect. Like, I wouldn't tell you the things that she's accidentally done to herself. Usually when making dinner, basically we don't allow her anywhere near skewers or knives anymore. She's a little accident prone. We were having a discussion the other day and she was saying about getting, I don't know how many of you here have seen like little catering blowtorches, and the look of pure horror on my face when she mentioned that, considering I know how dangerous she can be to herself. I was like, you would probably set the kitchen on fire and yourself, so maybe not. I need more people in my life I can ask to make me things, I think. Everyone has crafting skills that I do not. Well, I mean, you've got a great community here right now, Jay, I can tell you that. So, it depends really what you're looking for, I suppose. Grandmother can't cook. Shit. If it tastes terrible, she messes up spaghetti with sauce. My only claim for bad cooking is that I managed to set fire to chocolate in a microwave once. Not my proudest moment. And I'll be honest, we no longer have that microwave, but it wasn't me that killed it, so I accept no responsibility. I have made many chocolate things since, and I also don't use a microwave for it, so that's probably it. Muscovy, very glad I raided you. All seem nice here. Have a great stream. Oh, thank you, Timber and you. Thank you so much for your wonderful company and bringing all of these lovely people over. And I really hope to see you again soon. I will make sure that I follow you back if I'm not already, because I am terrible with things like that. Throwing the paper everywhere now. But yeah, have some good food, I hope, and I'll see you soon again, I hope. I should be back Friday, so for a nice chill stream. See you later. I'm excellent at dinner. I have reservations down to a science. You know what, Colleen? I approve greatly of this. People underestimate how important it is to be able to make reservations or order food. You know, it's a very important skill to know. Once I forgot to put water in a pot noodle before putting it in the microwave. I don't want to criticise Ojoy. I am not a chef in any sense of the word, but I think where you went wrong was putting the pot noodle in the microwave. Usually you just pour the hot water over it. Yeah. Our family has had some quite spectacular cooking disasters. The best one, I would say by far, was one that my sister did. You know, we do more often than not we make homemade food. But she made this sponge pudding. Oh, Unicorn San, sorry I gotta go now. Hope to catch you again soon. Oh, see you later, Unicorn San. Thank you so much for coming over in the raid, and I hope to see you soon. Have a good evening or morning, depending on where you are. I'm not too sure where you are, but if you're in America, it's like afternoonish there, isn't it? Over here, it's sort of early evening. But yeah, so my sister was making a sponge pudding, and like we still don't know to this day what happened, whether it was the microwave or the ingredients or something, but the pudding basically just dissolved itself is the only way to describe it. It ate itself. Like there was just nothing left of it except for some weird sludge at the bottom of the bowl. So I don't know what happened. Checked on it the whole time and it was just gone. So yeah, we have had some cooking disasters, but it's all fun. Oh joy. It was an old school pot noodle. I didn't even know you had to do that with old pot noodles. So that goes to show my knowledge. I can see why they changed it to just boiling water. because putting it in the microwave does seem weird. Sludge. I know. It's safe to say that we did not eat that pudding, mainly because there wasn't actually anything left to eat, and what was left was just some, like, partly cooked batter, I guess. It was not edible, and we were rather disappointed. Less fun though. I suppose it is fun watching stuff go around in the microwave. To be fair, you don't get that satisfaction when you just pour water on it. Right, so just trying to flatten this out a bit. Make sure I've got no air bubbles. Oops. Make sure I don't pull off the paper, just rip it to shreds. Total professionalism right now. There we go. just fill it up under the tap, whack it in the microwave for a few minutes. Job done. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. When you're looking for something quick, you can't really say fairer than that, can you? Right, let's have another look-see. It's feeling quite heavy now, I'll be honest. Some of this is quite thickly layered, I think, so maybe give it another coating, and then I might leave this one and perhaps start painting the other one. How long have we been on? Oh, been on just under an hour. So that's not too bad. I'm trying to make the streams a little bit longer, but yeah, I think I'm quite. I don't know whether it's just that I'm sort of, subconsciously rushing when I'm crafting or something, but I do tend to get things done a bit quick, and then wish that I had taken a bit more time with it. How long does paper mache take to dry? It entirely depends on how much you've done of it. So with this one, I made this I think roughly this time last night, and I left it to dry, and I came back to it yeah, so I think it was about 12ish hours, just to make sure that it was fully dry all the way through. If it's really thick, then obviously it's going to take longer. I'm assuming that you've done it properly and not drowned it in glue like I would. Well, it's actually, yeah, this one isn't too bad. The other one, because I was rushing it, it did get a little swamped. But yeah, usually the best practice with paper mache is to leave it about 24 hours. If it's particularly large, then they do recommend 48, just to make sure that it's dry all the way through. Crying so much, just chopped 8 onions. Oof! Oh, Will! Oh, I feel your pain there. Yikes. That is a lot of onion. I'll be crying having to chop that many onions. Making sushi burritos. That sounds amazing. Oh, hey Justin. Hi, how are you doing? I want to paper mache something now, but I don't know what. Oh, I got 2 for the price of 1 there. I wasn't paying attention. Well, making a paper mache bowl was quite easy. TC. I remember saying, oh I meant to ask you, and I can't remember if I did actually, TC. How did that display thing that you're making for Christmas go? You know, the little tree with all of the beads and glitteriness. I think I saw your last update post, but I don't know if you actually posted since the end result. Don't paper mache Sammy. Oof. I mean, he always looks rather... Yeah, the table thing. Still at your mum's house. Well, that's good then, because obviously if it survived its way there, then it must be pretty good. You might have done and I might have missed it, because I am pretty rubbish at keeping an eye on Discord chats and any kind of social media that requires my daily interaction. So I might have just not paid attention when you had. Thank you for the follow, Ezing. Much appreciated. But yeah, I remember because we were chatting about it, and I was saying that you could make one of those out of paper mache, I think. Didn't quite match the picture I had in my head, but I'm fairly happy with it. Yeah, that's the thing for me. It's like what I imagine something's going to look like doesn't tend to look like how I make it, you know. And my advice is never go on Pinterest. If you want to make anything, never go on Pinterest, because what they suggest you to make and the things that they make, they never happen in real life, and all it does is give you this amazing idea and then make you feel really disappointed that it doesn't look like that. Yeah, that is the thing. You always look at something and think, I could do that better, or it would look great if this. No. Still trying to figure out Instagram. You know what, Erzen? I still have no clue. I've been on Instagram for about a couple of months, I think. A month or two. Still have no idea how it works. Only just found out that I had private messages on there. But to be fair, they were from people trying to sell me stuff, so it wasn't all that important anyway. But yeah, I'm terrible with social media. It takes me a good 6 months to actually figure out where most of the buttons are. I know I didn't. I was scrabbling to put together on Christmas Day. Yeah, that's fair enough. Thank you for the follow, Justin. Thank you so much. Pinterest, my great love and worst enemy. Yes, exactly. Like, I did go on there when I was looking for inspiration, but to be fair, I also did take it in mind that I probably wasn't actually going to make anything that I found. I did find the cutest thing ever, which was like this giant hot air balloon, and like the balloon bit was made out of paper mache, and then it had this cute little wicker basket all around the bottom, and I was like, this is the most adorable thing that I've ever seen, but I will never make that. It annoys me I can't post images from my computer. Yes, I hate that. I absolutely hate that so much. I find that so annoying, because the thing is that I don't actually have internet on my phone. I'm one of these old school people. So when I'm out and about, if I take a picture, then, you know, I do tend to upload it immediately to my computer when I get back. I don't necessarily think, I'll put that on Instagram. And, you know, likewise, if I've got something that I've done on the computer that I want to share to Instagram, I then have to put it on my phone so that I can then upload it, and it's a bit of a pain. And I think it's great in this modern mobile society, but I think it does also limit quite a few people to not being on Instagram for that reason. It's a bit of bit of a silly oversight. I did actually download the Windows app the other day, but even with that, still can't actually post anything from the computer. So I feel that there was absolutely no point in them even having an app for the computer, because you still can't do anything with it. Let's put that one on the edge right there. Windows apps are shockingly bad. Yeah. I'll be honest, I used to really love Windows, and up until Windows Vista, Windows 98, Windows XP, possibly quite a few people would agree with me if they've ever used it, was by far the best Windows operating system. Windows 10 is just so annoying, I find, and like, I don't like all of this stuff that's just constantly running and I can't get rid of it. You know, like with mobiles, you know, you've got all of this stuff and they don't allow you to uninstall it. And I know because Cortana, despite me disabling her many times, is still monitoring every word that I say. In fact, I'm sure if she was set up for speech recognition and I had turned it off, she would still be yelling back to me right now. Yeah, Windows 7. Windows 7 was just the slightly less buggier version of Windows Vista, I'll be honest. AFC. Well, the things, we didn't actually have a computer until like mid 2000s, like early to mid 2000s. So I don't think we ever had Windows 95. Windows 8 and 8.1 were okay, but they weren't amazing. Thank you for the follow, Ibsy. But yeah, no, Windows 10 is just, ugh, I hate it so much. I don't like not having the option to disable features that I don't want. Especially, like I say, when Cortana is sitting there listening to every word I say, and I don't like being monitored, which is why I quite often try and... How, oh joy, I would love to know how I do that. I would love to get rid of her off of my system once and for all, because she drives me nuts. I don't know what Encarta is, I'll be honest. To be fair, I was one when Windows 95 came out, assuming that was in the year 1995, so I would not would not know what that is. I know, so young. So young and yet do not feel it at all. Turned off Cortana during setup process on this laptop, and she's not done anything since. Yeah, I genuinely don't know that I ever got that option. Oops, I pulled it in half. Whoops. But to be fair, my laptop was actually a refurb, so I guess I set it up before I got it, so it was probably impossible to disable it from that point. Look into it after you've been meaning to do. Ah, thanks, Ojoy. Yeah. Interactive encyclopedia. Interesting. You know, before the internet, it was all we had to look up stuff. Yeah, exactly. Back in my day, if you want to learn something, go to the library. I mean, I'd still do that, to be fair. We do have a library in the village. I've never used it. But that's mostly because the village is like 2-3 miles away and I don't want to walk that far. down main road because we have no pavements. I'll tell you the one thing I do miss the most about Windows XP, if you guys ever used it, and I don't know if it was on earlier versions, but when you would search things and it would come up with that little puppy dog, like the little search dog that would appear when you were looking up files. I am that sad. I miss the little dog. And Ask Jeeves before it was completely hopeless. Yeah, those were the days. That, you know what, Joy, I am going to try that at some point, because I would really like to be able to use my computer without wondering what Cortana is listening to, especially when when you have those conversations with someone about something, and then the next day, you know, if you're talking about Dyson Hoovers or something, and then all of a sudden you get nothing but adverts for Dyson Hoovers, and you're like, yeah, I kind of got the feeling you were listening. See you later, MC. Alright. Well, on the count of the fact that I've used the rest of Lulu, I think I'm going to make this bit my last bit, and then I'm going to set this side to dry and do the old here's one I prepared earlier. So just give that a quick sponge over, make sure that it's all stuck down. Well, one thing I'll say about this is, oops, just brush those to the side. Those will unstick from each other later, so that's fine. Is that this bit here is going to take the longest to dry. The simple reason is that there are so many layers of glue on there. How many layers of this paper does this paper mache get? I'll be honest, I'm not sure I counted. I'm not too sure on that one, Jay, but it did get quite a few. More than 3, yes. More than 3, I think, is the technical definition. It entirely depends, A, what you're planning to use it for, and B, how quickly you want to make it, really. Because obviously the thicker it is, the longer it takes to dry. You know, if you have a radiator, you could put it on there. Yeah. I think hairdryer, you can also blow it over the hairdryer as well, but obviously don't get too close. And you might want to leave it to dry for a little bit, possibly a couple of hours, just so that the first layer of glue dries, because otherwise if you blow it with something really strong, then obviously any loose glue is just going to go and splatter everywhere, and that's going to make a horrible mess. Our house unfortunately does not have radiators, so I cannot assist it with its drying in any way, which is why I'm planning to do this one on Friday, because then it should have time to completely dry before then. So heat would melt the glue. Yes and no. In some respects it's not too bad, because it's PVA. I'm not sure the heat affect it as much, but if it's for something that's drying it, essentially, if it's a dry heat, then I think that would probably be okay. Sweet Vanilla, is that how you pronounce your name? Thank you for the follow. But dry the paper though, yeah. It is a bit of a conundrum, really. I have thought that myself about it, but I do think I have seen people that have used a hairdryer. I wouldn't say it helps as much as just fully air drying it and letting it dry naturally, though. So if you do have the ability to set it aside and just leave it for like a day or so, then I think that is better for it than sort of artificial drying, as it were. Okay, so I'm gonna paint this one, and wow, am I up to 43 already? Jeez. Alright, so these are, oh, let me just put that one back in the frame. These are all the colours I've got, and I will run through them in a second. Don't know how many of those you can actually see. So I have green, I have red, I have a very nice purple, which actually looks black on this camera, unfortunately, because the camera looks very washed out, I'll be honest. I have this bright yellow, which you can see, although it looks a little white again. That one is black, and I don't know where it says it, but this one is like a metallic black, so it's sort of glittery. That one is orange, although it does look more red, and then this is the blue that I was showing you earlier. That actually does look quite accurate on the camera, so it does pick up some of them. And I do also have white, but I don't have too much of that one left. I'd forget that I'd left it aside somewhere to discover it 2 weeks later. Well, on the bright side, you would be definitely assured that it was dry 2 weeks after you created it, so that is a side bonus. But yeah, do you guys have an idea what you would like this one to be coloured? I suppose if I did the yellow, the black, and mix up a light blue, that would be rather J-Dubsy colours, wouldn't it? What do you reckon? Think we should go with that one? Blue. That's definitely a blue vote. Just give that one a bit of a shake. Yeah, I think a nice J-Dubsy blue would be good. Could do J-Dubsy blue on the outside, and then just put a bit of yellow on the inside. Hi, Katie. Hello. Oh, some of these paints have stuck together. Oh no, I've got paint on my nail varnish. Oops. Let's just see that the best thing, and fortunately I've aimed it out of the frame of the camera, is that I have a really useful floor lamp, which is actually how we got the light in here today. And because the top of it rotates, it's got a bar on the end, and I've just threaded a roll of loo roll over that, so so I can literally just wipe my hands off when I need to, and it makes it a lot easier when I'm crafting because I can clean my hands instantly. Right, it's a bit of metallic black. No, don't need the white. And then a bit of the Bit of the TC yellow. Oh, and I've covered myself in more paint. Good job. Right. So let's move that rather nice looking paint water jar. I've been using this for quite a while, and you can tell by the disappointed that none of the paints made a noise. You see, that's because I was doing it on the opposite side of the microphones, so you wouldn't get that loud squelchy noise. I may have mixed way too much blue paint, I'll be honest. So I might have to find something else. Oh yes, the squeaky noise, I apologise. That is my chair. Basically, I bought this chair for a tenner in a charity shop. And I can see why, because it squeaks to high heaven. And every now and again you will hear a clunk, and that is because it goes, oops, if I lean towards one side it sort of clunks off of the post in the middle, and it's slightly disconcerting because I am worried that one of these days I'll lean too far and it'll just fall over, and then I'll be just lying on the floor in pain. But yeah, it's amusing to have those little noises. Oh, getting a little far away from the camera. So far I've got a few little yes, yeah. If you hear a bang and I suddenly disappear from view, it's because the chair's fallen over and I need help, so please dial 999. This has gone more of a light blue. I'm not sure how J-dubsy it is, I'll be honest. Sort of more of almost powder blue. I think it does actually darken up a little when it dries, actually, so it might be okay. If not, we'll just have to paint the other one and make it nicer. For anyone who might like to know, also I am using, oh, thank you for the host, Katie. Yeah, I am using acrylic paints for this. Acrylic paints are basically the sort of most common for crafting. You can use them on just about any surface, wood, plastic, all that sort of stuff. I would advise, if you're buying paints, I would advise that you sort of check them over, because if they're really watery, then that tends to suggest that they're not going to be very good. The quality isn't there. So I do have some of it's not this one, but another one similar to this, that's not a proper brand, and it's very watery, and it does take quite a few layers to actually get a decent covering, which obviously means that any money that I save buying it has now been completely erased by the fact that it takes about 3 coats more than just buying a proper one. Exactly, Jay. Yep. And you'd be safe in the knowledge that Crafty Rebel is not been killed by her own desk chair. Oh, thanks for the host, Lisa. Oh, that's fine. I never remember to do hosts or any of that stuff. Like I say, I'm terrible when it comes to this stuff. So if I ever, miss someone that's come into the chat, or don't say thanks for a follow, it's generally because I have not registered it at all. Like, I could hear all the alerts and I just wasn't paying attention, because usually I'm used to hearing the alerts on someone else's stream and then they say thanks. This whole streaming thing is quite new. Despite putting that announcement on the server about it. Yeah. I'm shockingly terrible for things like that. And crafters suffer ill health and even death from bad chairs. That is, although that is aimed as a joke, that is probably actually fairly accurate. That's probably quite worryingly accurate, to be fair. I do need some mods, actually. I do. I didn't want to just go, start modding people, because, everyone has their own lives, and I don't expect people to be here. Sort of. Oh, I'm moving out of the frame again. Yeah. Don't expect people to sort of just be here all the time to help me, but at the same time, it's probably something that I need, because when I'm doing stuff like this, if it's sewing, it's fine, but if I'm doing something like this, I suppose I kind of do need someone that can ban anyone that attempts to, be silly, as it were. Right, so we've got that one painted on the outside, and I've dropped it on the desk, which was a great start, because that was the only bit of the desk that wasn't covered. That's fine, because it doesn't actually take very much to get this stuff off. Ah, thank you for the follow. Thanks, Pixel Crashers. And it feels weird calling you that, but... Hello. Fancy seeing you here. Right, I will actually. I'm covered a little bit in paint. It's okay. While I'm here... where's the mouse? Oh no. Oh, don't want to do that. Okay, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how I add mods. Yeah, I'll sort out doing that later. I may or may not have just got some paint on my blanket, possibly. Nobody saw a thing. I'm doing terrible today. Mod then username. Ah, thanks, Jay. Yeah, so I've got to turn around and lean over, because the laptop is actually having to sit on the bed so that I have enough room on the desk. Yay. There we go. Yeah, you guys are well behaved. You guys are very nice to me. But yeah. Welcome in, Mr. Pixel Crashers. Immediately causes some carnage. Right. Case in point. Aww. Nah, you're no trouble, really. All for show. Right, I think I've got enough of the blue off of there, and It's not dry, but it's dry enough for me to pick up in some places. I think I might have actually just covered myself in glue. Oh, I can do that. Ah, you see what I was saying about not so good quality paints? Is that you can see the newspaper underneath it. So I'm going to have to cover that one in white paint first, in the hopes that it will seal it in. If not, I suppose I could cover it in black actually, and then put yellow on it. You do have a sword. Ah, the wine. No, no one mentions the wine, TC. No one can remember. So you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna cover this one. I'm gonna cover the inside in black because that'll work better. Then you won't be able to see the newsprint. I know. Have I caused carnage in the chat already? I've given the mod swords too early. Yes, Rest plus wine. Hilarity ensues. Classic. I'm responsible sword owner. I don't know what you're talking about. Exactly. I do hope that they are being respectful of you and your massive sword, TC. Because if they're not, I can't do much about it because I'm covered in paint. I'll be honest, the inside of this is a lot more difficult to paint than the outside of it was. Purely because it's a lot more dented, I think, from... I didn't put the cellophane on the thing smooth enough. Carnage is a child of Venom. Still haven't seen Venom yet. Yeah. I have not seen Venom either. I have heard about it. I'll be honest, I haven't heard whether it was good or bad. Respect the sword, yes. Always respect the sword. And you will respect TC's authority. Black inside the bowl makes it look like you're painting into outer space. That could actually be a really cool effect, I suppose. Sort of makes it look like you're just just painting a black hole. It's a black bowl hole. Bowl hole. Yes, it is the sparkly metallic black. It is. It doesn't look so nice on the camera. I'm trying to turn that away. You can see. It sort of. I think it already looks a bit shiny because it's wet, but it does also look that shiny when it's dried. I don't know how much you can see because there's not too much light in here. But yeah, it does also look. It looks very shiny. And it's very nice. The only issue is that with the light bouncing off it, I can't quite see what is shiny paint and what is actually a gap in the paint, so I'm sort of having to lean quite a bit further forwards to actually see it. Series of 12 zodiac bowls. Oh, that would be interesting. I'm not sure how accurate my ability to paint constellations would be, but that would be amusing nonetheless. Space balls. No worries, CC. No, that is actually a gap. Just a tiny gap. Right, that's the walls of the bowl painted. And go across the middle bit. May have to get out some more paint. Fill them with the infinite void of black. Black! All the black. My eyes are pies. And actually, it is apparently National Pie Day today. If anyone cares so much. So, I guess my eyes are on point for today. I believe that's what the cool kids say. Oh, look at that. I've just run out of black paint and I had a small bit to go. How typical is that? And I've used way too much there. That's fine. I'll be honest, I'm not trying to make this look too perfect, because it is like the first one that I've done. on fleek and also on flake because pastry. That is genius. Right, so yeah, that's the inside of the bowl. And that's the outside of the bowl. And there we go, a little bit of the JW right there. Oops, I have got a few little smudges of black paint on the outside, so I'm just going to clean the paintbrush off and try and paint back over those. Paint isn't coming off quite as easily as I'd like. There we go. Yeah. As you can see, the bowl was still quite wet. Pies! Yeah, I don't know how well you can see where I painted. It's quite bright. There's like a little bright splodge, but when it dries, it actually dries quite a lot darker. I have forgotten that occasionally when I've mixed up this paint before, and I've gone and paint something like, no, that's the wrong colour. It doesn't look the same. No, it actually dries exactly the same as it does. So, which is lucky. Right. There we go. Just get a bit more to dry the brush on. Then let's see. What do you reckon? Maybe try for yellow polka dots on the inside, just to see how that'll go. Because I don't know if it'll go well with the blue. Just do it on the inside. Ah, there we go. Get nice little yellow polka dots. Just so we have the whole of Team Dubsy represented. I must head off, drive home. See you later, TC. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a safe trip. I possibly won't be on too much longer. Anyway, so you won't miss much. But yeah, have a good one. I will see you later. I'm terrible at polka dots. No mods now, time to write. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I keep putting my fingers in wet paint. Post us a pic of the finished product. I definitely will. Definitely will put a picture up when it's finished. I'm resting my arm in something, and I'm hoping it's water. If not, I've got paint splattered up my arm, which I will find later, and that will not be good. Let's have some more party popper. Hey, let's have a party. It's looking nice so far, I think. It's a bit leery, I'll be honest, but equal representation, guys. All for it. Having difficulty keeping my hand steady enough, though, I'll be honest. What are you laying off Ipsy for? I mean, he is small, so you know that amount of pressure for someone so small can be deadly. Don't want that. Want to check pressure of your Ipsy at least once a month. Exactly. The best way to do that is to make him play through several levels of Ark, and if he finishes and he dies by pterodactyl, you know, and he doesn't rage, then you know the pressure's fine. He's all good. One stream of duck souls as an emergency measure. the good old Ipsy rage gauge. It's like, is he so mad that even duck souls would be frightened? Well, it's it's a bit bendy, and I think that's mostly because of the paint. Is the issue there. so it might also be that it wasn't too dry, but that's fine. It's quite thin anyway. But yeah, so we've got the blue, the black, and the yellow there. All of trying to aim it at the camera so you can see the inside of it. Yeah, we've got Toy Dubsy represent right there, and the other one is nowhere near dry. So I think I might call that there for the moment. We've done just under 2 hours, and it's been fantastic today. I really appreciate everyone coming to stop by, and the raids and the follows. We've almost hit the 50 followers mark already. I am utterly shocked and very appreciative of that. So thank you all so much for coming. And like I say, I should be back on 44 followers. Yes, we are almost there, guys. But yeah, I should be back on Friday for more bowl painting, because we'll hopefully our other one will be dry by then. And if it's not, or for any reason it goes wrong, I will probably just do some more sewing, because that's something that I can start fairly quickly. So yeah, I will see you Friday. I don't have a time as yet, but I might actually try and do it again at 5 o'clock, because that seems to be sort of the best time when everyone's around or available. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Bowl hype. Yeah. Thanks guys so much, and see you later. Yeah, bye for now.